We've already learned in the first class by adding some new postures to the mix and really kind of coming into our flow. We're going to continue to build a strong foundation in alignment, though, in this class. So we're going to be taking our time as we move through. Let's go ahead and begin in our child's pose. So go ahead and come to your hands and to your knees. Bring your knees wide towards outer edges of mat, big toes to touch. Lower your hips towards your heels, reach your arms forward, and find a bow. Take a few moments here just to let yourself get still, just to find your breath, just to really come into the moment. So our bodies are obviously always present, always in present time, but our minds are not. Often we're thinking about the past, we're thinking about the future. We're the most powerful when we can be in the present moment. So come away from the thoughts. Come away from the things that you have to do. And come into your body and into the moment. Take a deep breath in through your nose. So we're going to find our Ujjayi breath again. And exhale through your nose. It's a very calming way to breathe, and when you can breathe in this way, you'll find some victory over the mind, over the thoughts. Go ahead from here and roll forward, tabletop position. So, setting your foundation again in the hands. Fingers wide. Press through the inside of your hands. Press through the pads of your fingers. Make sure that your hips are directly on top of your knees. Curl your toes to the mat for this variation. Sometimes you'll see or hear teachers teach with toes pointed. Today, curl the toes. Inhale, lift your chest, tilt your tailbone up to the sky. Exhale, round the spine, let your head and neck fall. Inhale, lift the chest, looking up. Exhale, round the spine, taking your time. Inhale, lift again, look up. Exhale, round, head and neck fall. One more on your own. And come back to your center. Let's move into downward facing dog. So knees pull back a couple of inches, curl your toes to the mat, and lift your hips up high. Check out your hands. Press through the inside of your hand. Try not to let the knuckle of the first finger come up off the floor. And send your heels towards the floor. Just let your head and neck feel comfortable. Now let's walk our dog a little bit. So we're not really going to move our feet, but we'll move in our dog. So bend your left knee, look right. And then bend your right knee, straighten your left leg, and look left. And then on your own, just go ahead and move your body in a rhythm that feels good. We're just loosening everything up. Come to a place where you feel good. Hopefully this posture is starting to feel a little bit better for you. The more you take it, the more it should. Center yourself again, hips towards the sky. Feel free to bend your knees. Inhale here and exhale. Walk forward, top of your yoga mat, ragdoll, separating your feet hip-width distance apart. Make two soft fists and rest them in the elbow creases and hang over your body. Feel your feet against the floor. Feel that connection. Stretch out the backside of your body. Let your head just dangle down. Let it be heavy. Relax into the pose. Just letting the weight of the world drip off your shoulders. Letting any tension or stress melt away. And then release your arms down. Just let them hang. Bend your knees, round your spine, and roll yourself all the way up to standing. And pull your shoulders back. We're going to keep our feet hip-width distance apart. Let's move in to mountain pose. Reach your arms up to the sky. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Spread your fingers. Reach up like you're going to touch the ceiling. Press down through the feet. Just begin to embody the energy of a mountain. Grand, strong, majestic. Deep breath in. Exhale, forward fold. We're moving into our first sun salutation, taking the first one slow. Let's hold the forward fold, stretch out the backs of your legs, your hamstrings. It's okay to bend your knees. Let your head hang down. Stretching through the back of your body. Halfway lift as you inhale. Hands to shins, look a little bit forward. Squeeze your stomach in. Exhale, bring your hands to the mat. Step one foot back and then the other. Dropping knees to the mat. We're going to continue to take this variation. Bend the elbows. Squeeze them into the sides of your body. Make sure that your shoulders don't dip too low, but keep them at the same height as your elbows or above. Squeeze the stomach in. Up dog or cobra pose. So, cobra pose is where your thighs are touching the mat. If you want to take an upward facing dog, you press the tops of your feet into the mat and lift the thighs off of the mat. So that's the difference really between a high cobra and an upward dog. Press down through the insides of your hands, lift your chest. Now if you feel back pain here, then I would maybe drop the legs down, okay? Be very mindful of what you feel in your body. Also important to press down through every toe. So even the pinky toe presses down. Lift through your chest. And downward facing dog. So I'll let you choose if you want to take upward facing dog or cobra. Listen to your body. Take a deep breath in and exhale, let it go. Let's flow. Inhale. Exhale, look forward. Jump or step your feet to your hands. Feet are hip width, toes point forward. Halfway lift on your inhale. Fold forward on your exhale. Mountain pose on your inhale. Reach for the sky, stand tall. Forward fold, exhaling. Let it all out. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga as you exhale. Step back and lower. Cobra pose or up dog. Just point your toes, straighten your arms, lift your chest. Downward facing dog. Lift your hips up high. Deep breath in, long breath out. Deep breath in. Exhale, we'll flow one more time. Look forward, step your feet to the top of your mat. Come on up halfway and inhale. Forward fold and exhale. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, chaturanga. All the way down you go. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, lift your hips. And your Surya Namaskar, your Sun Salutation A is like your yoga warm-up. It creates a little bit of heat in your body and opens you up and strengthens you in all the right places. Moving on to Sun Salutation B. Take a deep breath in. Exhale everything. Look forward, jump or step your feet to your hands. Bend your knees and drop your hips, and then reach your arms up all the way to chair pose. So we sit the hips low, stretch your chest and your arms up high. So we don't just want to sit, we also want to reach and lift. So see if you can find both. Now just settle into the pose. You can close your eyes or fix your eyes on one point. Just see if you can be calm. Body's getting warm, legs are getting strong. Stay with it. Inhale, forward fold as you exhale. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. And as you exhale, chaturanga again. Step back, drop the knees, bend the elbows. Inhale, upward dog or your cobra, down dog. Lift your hips up. Lift your right leg up high. Step your right foot forward, getting it as close as you can to in between your hands. Now make sure that your right knee is stacked directly above your right ankle. Spin your back foot flat to your yoga mat, angled forward at 45 degrees. Lunge into your front thigh. Warrior one. Reach your arms up and over your head. Now lunge into your front thigh and press through the outer edge of your back foot. Reach up. Now you're here. Square your chest forward. Take a few moments to connect to your inner warrior, to find your own strength. And also your patience. It's in there somewhere. Breathe deep. Inhale your breath. Now as you exhale, we're going to move on to a warrior two. So we're going to open the hips out to the side and take right arm forward, left arm back. But now we've got to move the feet. So inch your right toes in just a little bit, and then open your left foot out so that now the outer edge of your back foot is parallel to the back of your mat. And you're standing almost on a tightrope with your feet. So your right heel would intersect your back arch if you drew a line. Lengthen your stance a little bit too, so that your knee isn't in front of your ankle, but so that it's directly on top of your right ankle. And then sink deep into your front knee, keeping your knee stacked on top of your ankle, and reach your arms forward, look forward. And this is a strong warrior posture. You can imagine a warrior with a sword in this posture, just kind of slicing through. So you can connect with or embody that energy of the warrior as you take this posture. What is it that you want to slice through? We all have our fights. We all have our battles. See if you can be humble. See if you can soften. See if you can find that humble energy, even in the midst of a battle. Maybe you're battling now just to hold the pose. That's okay, that's all part of it. Learn the patience on your yoga mat so that you can bring that patience and that perspective into whatever it is you might be battling in your own life. Sink in a little bit deeper, gaze forward. Now we're going to move into reverse warrior. So flip your front palm so the palm touches the ceiling. Keep your chest square to the side and tip back. So your left hand now rests lightly on the back of your left leg. We don't want to collapse all of our weight there, but it just rests lightly, and you reach straight up. Once you start to feel more comfortable, you can reach your right arm back more. What's important is not to let the left shoulder pop forward, but keep your left shoulder squeezing together behind you. Reach backwards. Look sideways or forward, whatever feels good. Bend into your front knee more as you reach back. Inhale your breath here. And let's take it down. Chaturanga. Hands come down. Slide your right foot back. Drop to your knees. Bend the elbows. Inhale. Lift your chest. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. We gotta do the other side. Exhale, step your left foot forward. Make sure your left knee is directly on top of your left ankle. Spin your back foot flat, so you're angling at about 45 degrees. Lunge into your front thigh, lift your chest, and reach your arms high for your warrior one. Sink into knee and stretch up at the same time. And you'll feel an opening in your hips here. Make sure that you pull your right shoulder forward. The right hip will eventually follow. You're in the pose now. Just be with it. Just breathe deep. Feel your body opening. Feel yourself just coming into your own power and coming into your own strength. Stretch up, reach up, lengthen, inhaling. And as you exhale, we're going to move into warrior two. So open your hips, bring your arms down, and then inch your left foot in a few inches. Open your back foot out so it's parallel to the back of the mat. And then sink into your front thigh and gaze forward right over your front hand. And if that hurts your neck, then you can look sideways. Relax through the shoulders. Connect to your breath. Start to feel that energy of the warrior bubbling up inside you. Keep gazing forward. Relax into it a little bit. Now you're here, just hold and breathe. You'll feel the strength coming into your arms. See if you can find a solid breath. Flip the front palm. We're going to reverse. Right hand rests on your leg. Left arm comes up and then maybe back. Right shoulder, instead of being forward, is back. Our chest is square to the side, not forward, but to the side. Reach back, lengthen. Feel the opening through the left side of your body. Now inhale, really reach, lunge deeper into your front thigh, and let's take it down. Chaturanga. Bending elbows slow. Inhaling up. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Now, we've added on to our Sun Salutation B. We get to flow through that. Deep breath in. Long breath out. And just do your best to breathe deeply as you move. It's like we just learned to dance, and now we get to do it. Deep inhale. Exhale. Look forward. Jump or step to the top of your mat. Now, if you're jumping, you can just jump a little bit and then walk the rest of the way. You choose. Inhale, halfway lift. Feet are together now. Forward fold, exhale. Bend your knees, chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. If you get tired of chaturangas, you can always just skip them and go to down dog, okay? Take care of your body. Up dog as you inhale, lift your chest. Down dog as you exhale, lift your hips up. Right leg high as you inhale. Step forward and exhale. Back heel spins flat. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Don't forget to adjust the feet and sink. Inhale, reverse, reaching back. Exhale, chaturanga, you go all the way. Elbows bend. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg high as you inhale. Step forward and exhale. Back heel spins. Inhale to your warrior one, your strong warrior. Exhale to warrior two. Adjust the feet, sink in. Inhale, reverse warrior, reaching back. Exhale, take it down. Chaturanga, push up. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. One more time because we want to get warm. Right leg high. You can do this. Exhale, step. Heel down. Inhale, warrior one. It's okay to be a little bit slower or behind. Exhale, warrior two. Go with your breath. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reach back. Exhale, chaturanga. And it's totally okay to skip it and go right to downward dog. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra if you're flowing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Step forward and exhale. Just find your own breath. Heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, chaturanga, push up. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Child's pose, knees wide. Lower your hips to your heels. Bow your head and rest. Feel your heart rate. It's probably up a little bit. Feel the heat that's bubbling up inside you, the warmth. And just surrender to it. Relax. Take this opportunity to be still. We flow in power yoga so that we can move energy, so that we can feel free in our movement, so that we can experience a moving meditation, presence in movement. Slowly from here, press back. Downward facing dog. Now I gave you the option to jump forward if you wanted to instead of stepping forward. So I'll just kind of show you that a little bit. You can jump at any time as far forward as you can get it, bringing the weight into your hands and just kind of jumping to the top of your mat, trying to get as close as you can to your hand. Okay, that's gonna definitely bring your heart rate up, get you a little bit warmer if you add that jump. And if you try to jump and you only get halfway, that's okay. You can just walk the rest of the way. Or you just take very intentional steps forward to the top of your mat. Okay, so just know that there's always that option to jump forward if you'd like. Let's come to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, look forward, either jump or step to the top of your mat or to your hands. Halfway lift as you inhale. Fold forward and exhale. We're gonna bring the feet together if they're not already. Bend your knees, chair pose, inhale. Reach up. Sit your hips low. Reach your arms high. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, we're gonna take a twist. So take your left arm forward and your right arm back. So, try not to bring your left hip forward in your twist, but keep your hips side by side and just reach left arm forward, right arm back. Look right. So, your hips are square to the front. Sit back and down. Pull your stomach muscles in as you twist. Breathe. Hold. Inhale, mountain. Straighten legs, reach arms up, inhaling. Exhale, other side. Right arm forward, left arm back. Twisting deep. Okay, left hip stays forward. Squeeze your stomach in and just reach. Okay, I know this is challenging. This whole practice is challenging, but that's the point of power yoga, is that we create a challenging situation so that you can practice being calm. Rinse the body, twist, mountain inhale. Rise up, reach up. Hands to heart, exhale. Take a moment to get still, to get calm. Separate your feet, hip width. Arms overhead. Right hand to left wrist, lift. Now this will feel good. Lean to the right side. Keep your chest facing forward, your chin away from your chest, rooting through your feet, leaning to the right. And then come on back up, switch your grip. Left hand grabs right wrist, lift, and then lean over to the left, just stretching out the right side of the body. Pull your stomach muscles in and lean left. And then rise up and reach arms over your head and forward fold. Bowing down again, melting into it. Let's slowly rise up, halfway lift again. And then as you exhale, hands to the mat, we're just gonna go right back to downward facing dog. I will spare you a chaturanga. And now we'll move into crescent lunge. So from where you are, as you inhale your breath, lift your right leg up high, keeping your hips level. And then as you exhale, step your right foot forward in between your two hands, making sure that your right knee is stacked right above your ankle. Keep your back heel lifted for this one. Lunge into the front thigh, engage your stomach muscles, and then slowly look forward, lift your chest, and rise up to crescent lunge, reaching your arms up and over your head. So just stretching up towards the ceiling. This can be a pretty intense pose. You'll feel it in your legs, and it's also a little bit of a balancing pose. So make sure that your feet are to the width of your hips. That's gonna help you to build a strong foundation and to feel stable. And then lunge into your front thigh as much as you possibly can. Now to modify this, if you need to, you can just drop your back knee down to the mat at any time. Otherwise, just be as stable and as steady as you can. Lunge in and then reach up. Let's take a big breath in here and just feel the stretch, feel the strength that's happening. And then slowly release your hands to your heart. Drop your back knee down to the mat. And go ahead and just inch your right toes forward a little bit. And keep your back toes curled under. Lunge into your front thigh. We're gonna move into a twisted, modified crescent lunge. So take the left elbow towards the outside of the right knee. If it's not able to get all the way to the outside, no worries. You just get as close as you can. And if it does make it there, try not to collapse your right knee inward too much. Press it out into your elbow and turn your head to the right. Pull your right shoulder back. Draw your stomach muscles in and just breathe deep. Go ahead and pick a focal point to gaze at, something that will help you be steady. squeeze the stomach muscles in. Every time you twist, you're kind of detoxing. You're squeezing all the internal organs. Your body's probably pretty warm by now. Just make sure you're breathing deep. And then let's release slow. Bring your hands down, framing your right foot with your two hands. And then straighten your right leg and scoot your right heel forward a little bit. If your legs are long, you'll have to scoot forward a little bit more. Straighten the right leg all the way. And you can shift your hips back until your left hip is directly on top of your left knee. And then from here, bow over your right leg just as much as your body's gonna let you. Flex your right toes towards your body. That's gonna create a little bit of a deeper stretch down the back of your right leg. Squeeze the stomach muscles in, and then just breathe deep. Bow forward. You can close your eyes if you'd like. Just feeling the stretch through your hamstring. Knowing that the more you do yoga, the more flexible you'll become, the stronger you'll become. Take a few breaths here on your own. And release. Go ahead and drag your right heel back towards your body just a little bit, and then bend back into your front knee. We're gonna come right back up into the crescent lunge we were just in. So lift the back knee up off the mat, lift the torso, reach and stretch your arms high. Take a big breath in. And warrior two as we exhale. So we'll spin the back heel flat to the mat and make sure that the back foot is parallel to the back of the yoga mat. Inch your right toes forward and lunge into the front thigh. Reaching your right arm forward, your left arm back. Gaze forward beyond your fingertips. Pull the shoulders back. Squeeze the stomach muscles in. And from here, we're gonna move into triangle pose, Trikonasana. So straighten the front leg, and you can shorten your stance, especially if this is the first time you've done triangle. So you can inch your left foot back in a bit. From here, you'll keep two straight legs. Reach forward as far as your body's going to allow, and then bring your right hand down to rest on your right shin and reach and stretch your left arm high. So, to go back into some alignment here, try not to collapse your right hand all the way into your right shin, but rather just rest it there lightly so you could pick it up if you needed to. Keep your right shoulder back. Gaze towards the sky if that's comfortable. If it's not, feel free to look down. And energize your legs. Just fire them up. And stretch your left arm up. And if it feels good, you can even reach back a little bit. Just holding your triangle for a few more breaths. Connecting to peace, connecting to patience. Let's take a breath together. Inhale. And exhale. And we'll release. So let your left arm just kind of pull you up out of the pose. Right arm can reach forward. Go ahead and bend back into your warrior two for a moment, taking a long stance, gazing forward. Flip your front palm and we'll take reverse warrior. So reach back with your left hand and your right arm reaches up and over. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale the breath, we're gonna go right to downward dog. I'll spare you a chaturanga. So hands to the yoga mat, step your right foot back. So I'm gonna just check in with you for a moment about your hands. So look at your hands. Spread the fingers if they're not. Notice if the weight is going to the outer edges of the hands. Make sure you're pinning down the inside portion of your hands and clawing them out with your fingertips. Stretch yourself back. Press your heels towards the floor. Inhale as you lift your left leg high, and there's no rush to do this. Take your time. Exhale as you step now your left foot forward, right in between your hands, making sure that your left knee is stacked directly above your left ankle. Lunge in deep. We're gonna move to our crescent lunge on this side. So feet hip width distance apart, lift the chest, reach and stretch your arms high. And if you did on the other side, you can take your hands to your heart and modify by dropping the back knee down. Otherwise, back leg straight and strong, reach up and sink into the front knee. And you'll feel the front of your right thigh starting to open up. Reach as tall as you can while you lunge deep. Now let's just be in the posture for a moment, letting ourselves get warmer, finding a breath. It's okay if you wobble a little bit or if you feel unsteady. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, and then drop your back knee down to the mat. We'll keep back toes curled under. Take your hands to your heart. Give yourself space, so inch your left toes forward a little bit, lean forward, and then we'll twist. So the right elbow can come to the outside of your left knee or as close as you could get it, and then look up towards the sky, towards the ceiling. Pull your left shoulder back, squeeze the stomach muscles in. So you're just kind of sucking your stomach in a little bit just to get more compression through the organs to create that detox. You will move a little in these postures. You will wobble. It's okay. It's part of the ride of yoga. It's part of the journey. Take another breath here, just being where you are. And we'll release. Both hands can come down to the mat. Straighten your left leg, and then scoot your left leg forward a touch so that you have room and space to get it straight. And as you straighten it, pull your left hip back a little bit so your hips are totally even and square. Then bow down over your left leg. Flex your toes. Feel your breath. Maybe just close your eyes. Just close your eyes and feel. Don't worry if you're doing it right or wrong. It all comes with time. Each time you take this class, or really any class, you're going to learn something new if you're present, if you're conscious. See if you can let go of the thoughts, the questions, and just be in the moment. Feeling the stretch through your hamstring, feeling the sensations in your body, giving attention to your breath. One more breath. And release. Go ahead and hinge forward. Back to your lunge. We'll move into our crescent lunge again. So set yourself up. Lift your back knee up off the mat. And lift your chest. Reach your arms up. Take a big breath in. And warrior two. So we'll open up again to the side. Lengthening the stance to really give yourself space to dive into. So sink into the front thigh, extend through your arms, gaze forward, square your chest to the side, keep both shoulders back, and sink into it. And then from here, we'll take triangles. So straighten your front leg. You can shorten your stance again. 2 straight legs. Reach forward just to get some length through the left side of your body, and then take your left hand down to rest on your shin. Open the chest, so everything is square to the side. If you were leaning against a wall, the entire backside would touch the wall, especially the right shoulder blade. Reach straight up. So your hands are at 12 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Go down as low as you want to, but just make sure that your shoulders are stacked one on top of the other, and that your chest is open to the side. Wherever you are, just breathe. Now you're in it. Feel the moment that you're in. Connect to your breath. So you just bring your awareness to your breath. Inhale and exhale. And we'll come out nice and slow. Right arm can just pull you up and out of the pose. Lunge into the front thigh again. Warrior two. We'll flip the front palm and reach back, reversing your warrior. Lunging, reaching, inhaling, and exhale. This time, bring your hands to the yoga mat. And we're going to take a chaturanga all the way down to the floor. So you can drop your knees to the mat. Bend your elbows, and as you bend your elbows, keep your shoulders back and lower your chest all the way to the floor. Moving into some spine strengthening, some postures that will strengthen the back muscles and open the chest. Locust. Interlace the hands behind your back. Keep your feet separated. And bend your elbows a little bit so that we don't hyperextend. You want to keep that little bit of bend in the elbows. Press the palms towards each other. If it's a challenge for you to grab opposite hand, then just bring your hands behind you. Lift the chest and the legs for locust. Shoulders coming back. We're opening the heart. We're strengthening the back body. Lift. One breath here. And slowly release all the way down. From here, you can take your hands underneath you, turn your head to the left, close your eyes, and just take a few moments to breathe, to rest. No doubt, this practice of power yoga brings our heart rate up. It's a powerful practice. It's okay to get fatigued. Know that you can rest anytime that you want to. You can hit the pause button, or you can just take a child's pose and join in when you're ready. Let's slowly come up. Interlace the hands behind your back. Lift the chest and lift the legs. And bend your knees this time. This isn't easy. This is called strong bow. Lift the heart. Spread the toes. Do what you can. Feel the power and the strength in your backbone. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Lower down. Hands can come in front. Turn your head to the right. Rest. Just close your eyes and rest and give yourself a break. Even though this practice is intense, we stop, we pause. So we can recalibrate, so we can slow down, so we can stay calm. Take another breath here on your own, just focusing your awareness on only your breath. And we'll release. Hands underneath you. Let's slowly press back, downward facing dog. Press your heels back, squeeze your stomach muscles in. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. Exhale it all, and walk your hands forward to the top of your mat. From here, go ahead and bring your hands to your hips, look forward, and just slowly with a long spine come all the way up to standing. We're going to do some balancing postures. We'll start with our dancer's pose. So take your right arm out to the side, bend your right leg and reach and capture the inside of your right foot. Gaze forward. Reach your left arm forward at eye level. Just a reminder, make sure that you're grabbing the arch of your foot, the inside. So if you bent your right elbow, your right arm would point like an arrow to the left. From here, start to kick your right leg up and back. Find a focal point. Kick up. Keep your hips square to the floor. Lift your chest. It's okay to fall. Enjoy the process. Enjoy the journey. Breathe deep. Release slow. Deep breath in. Long breath out. Let's go ahead and do the other side. Left arm out. Root down through your right foot, and then bend your left knee, grab a hold of the inside of your left foot, and then slowly reach your right arm forward. Now pick a spot. Maybe something in front of you to look at. Keep your eyes focused on that, and then slowly kick your left leg up and back. Lift your chest, your heart. If you fall, no worries. Don't let it throw you off. Make sure you can breathe in this pose. Know that the more you practice, the easier it will be. Hold for a breath. Release slow. And take your hands together at your heart and take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Now we'll do a twist. So bend your right knee up towards the ceiling. Keep your left leg strong. Make sure your right leg is at a 90-degree angle and that your ankle is right below your knee. It's not in tighter than that. Flex your right toes towards the ceiling. Lift your chest. Take your left hand to hold the outside of your right knee. Try not to push your right knee in too far to center. Lift the chest. Turn your head to the right. Pick a spot to look at and reach and stretch your right arm back. So you're in a standing, balancing twist. Hold and breathe. Don't get frustrated if you lose your balance either. It's all part of the process. Just watch your reactions. React less, breathe more, trust more. Slowly release back to center. Lower your right leg down. Onto the other side. Shift into your right leg. Bend your left leg up. Take your right hand, grab the outside of your left knee. Keep the chest lifted, pick a spot to gaze at, and reach and stretch your left arm back. Stay strong through your belly, strong with your gaze. Know that it is more than okay to lose your balance. If you do, just keep a smile on your face and get right back in the game. Breathe and hold for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release, returning to your center. Deep breath in, long breath out. We'll do tree. Shift into your left foot. Take your right foot up to the inside of your shin, or pull it all the way up into your inner thigh. Pressing the bottom of the foot into the inner leg. Hands can come to heart center. Look forward, pick a spot to look at. We call that drishti. It's just a focal point. We blink our eyes, of course, but we keep our eyes fixed on that point no matter what, and it really helps to center us, and it helps us to keep our balance. Feel as though you have roots extending into the ground, into the earth. And release. The right foot can come all the way down. Shift into your right foot, and we'll take the other side. Left foot can come up, inner shin or inner thigh. Either above or below the knee, not on the knee, and hands can come to heart. The more you do this, the easier it's going to be to balance. Experience is going to make you better at this. But sometimes you might still fall. And it's totally okay. Just don't let that get to you. Don't judge yourself. And that's where the power in power yoga lies. We challenge ourselves, but we stay really calm and centered no matter what. That's the practice, at least. And slowly release your left foot down. Bring your feet hip-width distance apart, and we'll take a Sun Salutation. Inhale, arms overhead, stretch up towards the ceiling. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. We'll take hands to shins, look a little forward. Exhale to your chaturanga, so place your hands with care. Step back, knees can drop. Keep the shoulders back and bend your elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, looking up a little. Downward facing dog. Exhale, lift your hips high again and press your heels down low. Take a couple breaths here on your own. Just some sweet and soothing breaths. Now we're going to move into a posture called Half Pigeon. So lift your right leg up high, and then bend your right knee and bring it all the way forward until it comes towards your right wrist. Then from there, inch your left toes back and drop your back knee to the mat. Scoot your right toes, your right heel in a little bit so that your right heel is almost towards the top middle of your left thigh. And then keep inching your left toes back so you've got a little bit more space. Try not to sit on your right glute, but to square your hips to the mat. So your right butt cheek, your right glute is always going to be lifted from the mat here. And then if it's comfortable for you, you can lower all the way down onto your forearms. If you feel any knee pain at all here, if you have a knee injury, you might want to try taking a modification. For this modification, you'll lie onto your back. It's called Eye of the Needle. You'll bend your knees and take your right ankle in front of your left knee and take your right hand to grab the inner left knee and your left hand to grab the outer knee, or you can grab hamstring and you'll pull in deep. So you can always modify Half Pigeon on your back. Whatever posture you're taking, take a moment just to settle in. This is a really sweet posture. It's a time where we're just settling down and opening up our hips. Close your eyes, or just focus them on one point, and do the best to just stay as centered as you can. Take a big breath in. Let it go, and we'll press back, downward facing dog. You might feel a little stiff on the right side, no worries. Go ahead and just walk out your dog a little, bend and straighten one leg and then the other. Let's move into the other side of half pigeon. So sweep your left leg up high, and then bring your left knee forward to your left wrist. Inch your left foot in just a little bit and walk your right leg back. Again, make sure you're not sitting on your left hip, but your hips are square to the floor, lower to your forearms, or you can take the modification that you took on the other side. Take a moment just to be still and to breathe here. We're winding down, and it's really important to take time to wind down in your practice and in your life. We call yoga a practice because it's something that we always do. It's nothing that you want to think of as something that you can master and be done with. It's an ongoing thing. It's an ongoing journey. Melt in a little bit more. Taking a moment of silence for your breath. And downward facing dog. Hands to the mat, press yourself all the way back. Bend one knee, maybe bend the other, get a little loose. Take a deep breath in, exhale it all. And drop your knees down to the mat and come on to your bum, have a seat. Let's take a seated forward bend. So we'll take the bottoms of the feet together and then pull the heels in towards the pelvis. Reach back, so you're gonna grab your thigh and pull your butt out from underneath you. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. We do this so that we can have a little bit more of a curve through the lower back. For today, we're gonna press the bottoms of the feet together the whole time. Look forward and then bow forward. Try not to totally overly round, but to stay long. And then you can bow your head. Either close your eyes or look at one spot on your yoga mat, but try not to get distracted. Sometimes we see dust on our yoga mats and we feel the need to kind of move it aside, or other things we see. We notice our toes. See if you can just be in the moment and in the breath and in your body. We get distracted so easily. Go inward instead of outward. And just bring your attention to your breath. Take one inhale, one long exhale, and slowly come on up. Pull your knees together and lower all the way down to your yoga mat. Extend your left leg out in front of you and then bend your right knee in towards your chest. We're gonna move into a spine twist from here. So take your left hand to the outside of your right knee and guide your right knee all the way across your body towards the floor on the left. Reach and stretch your right arm to the right, squeeze your stomach muscles in, and twist. So it's important here to keep both of your shoulders on the mat. Don't worry about whether or not your right knee touches the floor. Just keep your shoulders grounded, look right, and with your left hand press down on your knee. Now you're in it. Just breathe. Rinse away any remaining tension. And let's come back to center. Extend your right leg out. Bend your left knee towards your body. And we'll move to the other side. Take your left hand to the outside of your right knee and just guide your knee across your body towards the floor. Keep both shoulders grounded and look over your left hand. Squeeze your stomach muscles in tight. And you're here. This is a posture that we do at the end of class to wind down. Feel your heart rate slowing, your body cooling. Center your mind. And release to center. Take your hands to your knees and squeeze them into your chest. And if you can grab each opposite elbow. If not, just grab what you can and pull it all in. Take a breath. Exhale. And extend your legs out in front of you. Shavasana. So you can bring your feet together or hip width. Bring your arms by your side and turn your palms up to face the ceiling. Close your eyes and you did. And wiggle fingers, toes. Roll on to your right or your left side. And come to a comfortable seated position. And take your hands together at your chest. Close your eyes. Just taking a moment for stillness. We always end every one of our classes